I'm a very like sensual and sexual person, and I'm very intimate with myself and my body, and everything kind of reflects that in a lot of ways. Everything feels very personal. Hi, I'm Addison.
Hi, I'm Luka.
I'm ELVIRA.
And we're gonna take you behind the song Headphones On. Honestly, I don't remember how we first started this.
I genuinely
We were going
don't
through
remember.
the drum machines.
That week was a little chaotic. We were all pretty sick.
Oh my god, I had pneumonia.
Yeah.
Without like knowing.
Yeah.
It was
So,
really scary, actually.
It must have been just amidst like the chaos. I think I remember it starting with playing like the chords in the chorus, and then you guys started sketching that chorus melody, and then we kind of chased it from there.
I think, yeah, it was a chaotic week, and that was our second time working in Sweden.
Yeah.
We made this song in Stockholm, which was not helpful that I was sick in Stockholm
You got
with
so
no help.
sick.
Yeah.
Addison sings the entire song sounding like an angel, and then like essentially gets hospitalized the next day.
But actually,
No, but
I had to
literally.
fly home like a few days after that. It was really scary. But if you listen to the song,
Yeah.
compared to the rest of the music, it definitely gives this.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds
think
like
it
a
adds
holy
something,
But it does
though.
add
It does.
something.
It's a little bit more like on the verge
Adds
of tears.
the pain. Yeah.
Right? We were like getting along, having
Addison
fun.
came in like 6-inch pink stilettos, and we were like, oh, okay, let's go. So we put on our pink stilettos.
Of course.
No, that was a good day.
And it feels really beautiful and magical that it is just all females. I never set out for it to be that way. I think because it's not very common, and you almost don't get that opportunity very much to work with just females in a room. And it's funny because we actually, at one point, attempted to send someone a song that we were doing. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but it was a guy, and we are a big fan of this guy's music. He ended up trying something, and we were like, actually, we got it.
Like, bummer, it's so good, but he's a man.
Right, like, no, not gonna cut it. And then, yeah, it just kind of went from there. Yeah, right when I moved to LA, I met my managers, who are still my managers now, and I was like, I need to start acting, and I need to start singing, and I need to start songwriting, like ASAP, because I never really thought it was a real thing that I could pursue. You know, when I lived in Louisiana, it's a very small town, and I think a lot of people, even people that grow up in bigger towns, there's always this kind of weird thing around becoming an artist or pursuing that dream and it feeling too big, or, you know, like, why would it happen to me, or why would it happen for me to have that opportunity? And I kind of felt like that up until I moved to LA. Then I was kind of like, this is my shot, like, I gotta go big, you know?
Every good thing comes my way, so I put my headphones on.
So that vocal you hear in the beginning of the song
Is not a sample.
It's not a sample. It's from a synth called the Orbit 3, and it sounds like this. Yeah, so that's what you hear in the beginning of the song, and it's kind of funny. It's not really, have you noticed it's not really timed to
It
the
kind
song?
of shouldn't work, and it's kind of like random to have that. But I think we really like to find like weird contrasts in like
Yeah.
production and like just like
It's such a like rave 90s vocal that you hear, like you expect the song to go into like 200 BPM tech house or something, and instead you land into just like vibes.
Ah, it's so good.
But yeah, that plays almost the entire song, and
Yeah.
it's like tucked away. But yeah, I've seen lots of ideas of what that is, like that we like sampled Black Eyed Peas or something.
I know, I've
Oh, really?
seen
Yeah.
so many
But-
random things.
Maybe soloing all the green and blue is fun.
yeah, this
Kind of the
is fun.
synth world.
Like this is chorus. I mean,
Oh.
the way
It makes me so emotional.
and Luka did this brilliant
Stop.
organ line.
And that's what we had that in the video, which
Yeah,
was
it's
really
really
sweet
cute.
whenever she found that. I actually have another part of the video, like this, that we were filming on my Mac, where I'm like literally just like, Luka! Like, I was just like spinning out about it, because it was just so beautiful when you played it. Even the first time, like hearing that in the room, we were all just like, oh, that's really special.
This is me playing an M1, which is also a very, very famous dance synth from the 90s.
Which we use a lot.
A lot on the album.
Which kind of gets bullied in the music world. It's kind of known as like the cheesy synth, which I think is also adorable that we have adopted it.
We tend to like lean towards those
Yeah.
synths, like all the like bullet synths.
I mean, the bass sounds a little silly too, out of context. But I love it. And then we also have 4 minutes of rainfall in the background. It's just constant throughout the entire song. If you were to go listen again, then you would notice, because it does so much.
Yeah.
It actually does.
It's not too quiet either.
Yeah. Speaking of silly sounds. Why?
That lightning
knows?
crash.
You're in this like little watery world. Plus the rain.
I compare my life to the new it girl.
A very major part of it that makes it feel very like organic and like heartfelt is that it's a lot of live cello. Played by me.
Played by yours truly.
Yours truly. Starts on like the pre. Yeah, on the pre here. And then goes into big.
This makes me like almost cry every time with the vocals. So pretty.
That's a song right there. It's
That's the wedding version.
so true. When you strip it down, it's kind of a ballad.
Yeah.
I love those ad libs. I have the
Me
BTS
too.
video. I sent you part of it.
I think Addison has the hottest talking voice.
For sure.
And should win.
And like
an
when we
award-
discovered
an
that, we were like,
award.
let's just have you talk in every song. It's like all of those.
I don't. If anyone else did that, I'd be like, mm-mm.
Come and put your headphones on.
Yeah. They're immediately on.
Headphones on.
Need a cigarette to make me feel better. Every good thing
That's
comes
so
my
fun.
way. So I put my headphones on.
And this part.
Tears gonna tears till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Here you can tell that you're sick.
Yeah, here you can really tell I'm sick.
Wheels fall
I love this little ad lib.
off. You know I can't get enough.
So many people, feel the same feelings they had listening to certain other records that are older that I've always loved, actually, that are like, oh my god, it makes me feel like when I listened to bedtime stories, which is so complimentary and really funny, because it definitely didn't reference really anything making this album necessarily. It was always me trying to, provoke a feeling from a song or
Yeah.
from music that I felt maybe listening to some other genre or artist. There's a lot of inspiration drawn from like dance and the way that I dance to music and feel very sensual and sexual. And I think I'm a very like sensual and sexual person, and I'm very intimate with myself and my body, and everything kind of reflects that in a lot of ways. Everything feels very personal, all of the instruments that are used, the vocals, even the layering and the, talky parts that you like of me being like, and all those little parts, like it comes from a place of trying to get somebody's visceral response to those moments, and those
Yeah.
little sounds are super intimate. And I think that's why we love layering vocals, because it feels like, somebody's either really up close to your face or like whispering in your ear, or you hear it very subtly, and you hear little tiny moments that you kind of have to listen for, or maybe you don't even really know they're there, but you feel them there,
Totally.
Yeah, it's been so fun because like all of us three are kind of obsessed with like vocal arranging and like come from like choir, like like do like all of those things, and I think it's like such a gift to like being able to do that
Yeah.
together.
Also, sessions are kind of like vocal lessons in a lot of ways, because I feel like, y'all say this all the time, but like my pitch has gotten so much better, and my timing or just my ear.
No,
for
your
hearing
timing
things-
has always been good.
Addison's timing is insane.
Yeah.
Thank you.
An example, verse 2, when she does that little talk, it's like,
I know the lows are what makes the highs higher. So I tell myself this is a reminder. Life's not clear.
Both of you have such incredible voices and different ranges than I do even. So then like pushing me to get to, certain places of my voice that I maybe didn't know were possible for me, or I didn't try to do because it was a little uncomfortable, I can feel completely safe in a room with you
yeah.
to test out, the vocal instrument, which is nice. We could keep talking for 30 hours,
We
so.
lead them out with the outro.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.